Buenos dias from San Gervasi. This is the Rorschach Spain update from the 24th of December 2025. Quick summary of what's going down in Spain. Kickoff this week, Bank of Spain confirms its increase in the money supply forecast for the country towards the end of 2025 and into 2026, reflecting higher than expected GDP increase. Recent data has highlighted the resilience of Spain's economy and labor market. The bank has already raised its 2025 GDP increase forecast this year. However, José Luis Escrivá, the governor of the bank, highlighted that despite the increase, the government should turn its attention to the country's housing affordability crisis, stressing the need for coordinated action across all levels of government. Well, it may be a jolly season for some. Rising costs are putting a huge strain on festive spending. On Tuesday, the 23rd, ESM magazine published an article talking about Spain's holiday food bills and prices going up. The article cites data from the National Consumers Association showing that Spanish households are facing higher costs for Christmas meals this year. Prices for typical holiday foods items have risen by an average of 5% compared to last year. Roast beef and oysters recorded steepest increase, both up 19%. Survey carried out across major cities, including Madrid, Malaga, and Barcelona, also found that 7 products are now at record high prices since the first survey in 2015. Overall cost for a Christmas basket has risen by 57%, with items such as lamb, clams, and sea bream seeing especially sharp increases. On the political front, the ruling Socialist Party suffered a historic defeat in the regional elections in Extremadura in southwestern Spain on Sunday the 22nd. Socialists won just 18 seats in the 65-seat regional assembly, down from 28, and their worst results ever in the southwest region they have governed for decades. In contrast, the conservative Partido Popular won the majority of seats with 29 seats, but fell short of an outright majority, meaning they will continue to rely on support from the meme-focused, fascist-adjacent Vox party. Vox more than doubled its representation, but many blame the socialist national standing as the minority coalition government faces corruption and misconduct allegations involving senior figures, including former aide José Luis Ábalos and members of Sanchez's family. Meanwhile, latest survey released on Tuesday the 23rd by Spain's Center for Sociological Research found that interest in politics among people in Spain has increased, with just over 57% expressing a strong or moderate interest. According to the survey, the main influence on political opinions over the past 2 years have been on the internet and social media, followed by television and political leaders. The survey also showed that Spaniards foresee a troubling future for the country, with worries of more wars, inequality, migration, unemployment, and environmental degradation, disease, and social isolation. Since we mentioned the environment, Real Madrid's coach is in trouble. On Thursday, the 18th, environmental groups filed a complaint with the public prosecutor's office in Guipúzcoa over the controversial mansion built by Real Madrid coach Xabi Alonso in the Igueldo area of San Sebastián, northern Spain, saying it violates land use rules. They argue that the villa sits on a plot that was designed for a golf school under a 2007 special urban plan, and that the authorities wrongly authorized access routes that are only permitted for that purpose. The environmentalist filing also says that part of the road leading to the house might be on public land. If the allegations are upheld, the ruling could mean that Alonso has to move out and the house could be left abandoned or demolished. Another note about football: on Monday the 22nd, FIFA updated its international rankings, putting Spain to begin the 2026 as top ranking team in the men's division going into Christmas. Spain's rise to the top is attributed to a consistently strong year of results and dominance in the international stage. They reclaimed the top spot from former number 1 Argentina in the September rankings and held it through December, finishing 2025 as the world's number 1. Key to Spain's position was a successful World Cup qualifying campaign, where they topped their group with convincing performances, boosting their point total in FIFA's system. Alongside consistent results, stars such as Lamine Yamal have contributed to more media attention this year. Now for some Christmas luck. If you don't know, El Gordo, or the annual Christmas lottery, is a big tradition across the country. This year it has awarded especially generous prizes. On Monday the 22nd, the prize pot handed out a total of 2.77 billion euros, slightly more than last year's 2.7. The draw brought particular joy to the province of León in the northwest, which wildfires hit hard earlier this year, as many of the top prize winners live there. Officials televised the draw in Madrid's Teatro Real, upholding the tradition that's lasted for more than 200 years. And as generations before them have done, students from San Ildefonso School, the second oldest in Madrid, drew the winning numbers. Families and co-workers actively participate in the annual lottery, pooling money to buy full tickets or partial shares. Check out how El Gordo works in the link in the show notes. From lottery wins to hotel accolades, on Tuesday the 23rd, a market report from Alianza Hotelera, Spanish collaborative initiative promoting innovation and sustainability in the hotel sector, revealed that Malaga in southern Spain ranked as the country's second most popular hotel destination in 2025. Costa del Sol capital recorded an annual average room occupancy rate just over 83%, second only to the Canary Islands, Fuerteventura at 86%. The report highlights strong but stabilizing growth across Spain's tourism sector, with Alicante, Valencia, and the Canary Islands also posting higher than average occupancy rates. These hotels aren't always cheap, though. In Marbella, rooms average around 380 euros per night, more than double the national average of about 190 euros, according to the travel company Kayak. In other news, Spain will establish a national network of climate shelters in public buildings ahead of next summer. The announcement was made last week at a climate conference in Madrid. The shelters are intended to provide refuge from extreme heat, which President Pedro Sanchez said has become the new normal, with prolonged heat waves now lasting from June through August. 2025, the country had its hottest summer on record, experiencing 3 heat waves, including a 16-day stretch in August with temperatures exceeding 45 degrees Celsius or 113 degrees Fahrenheit in some parts of the country, according to the state meteorological agency IMET. The national government will fund the shelters and prioritize them in the most affected areas, complementing existing regional programs in Catalonia, the Basque Country in the north, and Murcia in the south. And finally, according to a recent article published by Euroweekly News on Tuesday the 23rd, the Iberian Peninsula, home to Spain and Portugal, is slowly rotating clockwise, very slowly. What's causing it? Scientists say the deep tectonic forces between the African and Eurasian plates are driving this motion, causing the plates to move about half a centimeter a year, which is less than a quarter of an inch. Researchers have detected this subtle movement using seismic data and satellite GPS measurements. So while it has no impact on daily life, the movements help scientists better understand earthquake patterns and that don't align with visible fault lines. This kind of data is particularly important because much of the country, particularly the south, lies along a complex tectonic boundary. And that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us. Just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been listening, subscribing, and sharing their thoughts with us. Your support keeps us going. We're grateful for every one of you. Happy holidays. Hasta la próxima.